I don't know why. I must have thought I was dying one day.
You Durflingers always think you're dying. You're always doing this. Welcome to Cue the Mic, Iowa edition. I'm Darren Worth.
I'm the exciting Randy Twyford.
And I'm Emma Derflinger, and this is episode 152. 3.
Who cares?
3?
Nobody cares.
Nobody.
I don't remember. I've been pretty good lately.
Everybody that listens to it will just listen to it.
That's fair.
It'll say new on their podcast released 6 hours ago. New. Right?
Actually, I don't think it does.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it does, Emma.
On what platform?
Apple Podcast.
Okay. So that one. Out of the 8 we are on.
Wow. We're worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Randy,
It's
you're
so worldwide.
exciting.
Yeah.
The Illini.
Yeah. Yeah, the Illini's in the...
They weren't upsetting the Hawkeyes. It was a 3 versus 9. They just won.
Exactly.
Yeah. It wasn't an upset. I was just more bummed about the fact that the run was over. I was excited. I thought we were going to make some history, you know?
Most people picked them to lose in the first round, Emma.
I know.
That's why they were a 9 seed, and they turned from a 9 seed, and they did beat Florida, right? Iowa did beat Florida, and once they beat Florida, instantly they became national champion contenders. No, they just they beat Florida. They had a great game, beat Florida.
Right.
That was a good game.
And then they played Big Ten, and then they played Big Ten. I'm not sure how the brackets got set up that way.
Yeah, that was weird.
That was crazy. It was like the fucking Big Ten tournament. And so now
you know what was nice though?
What?
Beating Nebraska. That was nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nebraska sucks.
Freddie Gilbert's fucking great though.
Does anybody know what day they play next week? Is it Friday or Saturday? The Illini.
Oh, please. Wow. I can tell you.
I could also tell you. Except I got called out for how loud my typing is, so I won't.
Saturday. They play Saturday. To be determined. But they're the second game.
Okay.
Arizona and TBT is the first game. So today we have Tennessee, Michigan, which will all be over by the time everybody listens to this. So, and UConn, Duke. Meh.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee, Michigan will be a good game. Tennessee was a lot better than I figured they would be.
I'll be interested to see local news how bad they tore up Champaign last night.
Oh, yeah, riots.
The mayor made a statement Thursday that she didn't want a bunch of roughhousing going on and stuff.
Hoodlums.
Yeah, hoodluminitis. So
Champaign is nothing but hoodlums anyway.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Your school's in a town called Champaign.
What happened to the days of the real nice schools and not a lot of hoodlum issues and stuff? Like Carbondale, it's the ghetto. You know. It is.
Randy, what happened?
I don't know. I don't.
Huh. I don't even know how to respond to that, Randy.
Well, it is. I mean, there's shootings down there all the time. There's one club where a guy sits uh, in the handicap stall and deals drugs out of it. You know,
This is such
um,
a cheery topic.
yeah,
Well, we're talking about Illinois.
yeah, and it's a cheery state with our governor and everything. So
Yeah.
Uh,
no
When
more
every other
taxes.
when every other yard has a fuck Pritzker sign in it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Okay.
They had a nice interview last night on TV of Bailey, the guy that's running for on the Republican ticket. So he'll do good, but you just can't
He
beat
had no
Chicago.
We
he had no
we just
chance.
don't talk about politics on this podcast.
You
So
just can't beat Chicago.
let's change the subject to anything
All right,
else.
Darren. I thought that was. I accidentally deleted it. I can't find where it went. That report you did on social media that you had AI
Oh,
run for you.
yeah. Let's talk about that
That
actually.
was exciting. What I read of it on my phone.
Let me just tell you. And we're talking about
Let's
AI. That's my newest. I go in streaks, of course,
Sure.
Yes, I was
and
gonna say because he started. This
I'm
has
a
been.
streaky guy,
Uh, hey, you said it, not us. Um.
and I go in streaks. But my newest fascination is I am like into AI like no other, and
Oh,
so
it's incredible.
like give you a couple examples. So I was talking to our social media gals were over taking pictures. I always accuse them of only coming to take pictures of food they want to eat. That's an old Emma
Okay,
trick anyway.
I was gonna say just because I did that doesn't mean they all do that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but they
So
might.
I should ask them what do you not like to eat on the menu, and then served it to them. But anyway, but they were over taking pictures and whatever, and it made me think. So I'm going to ask this. So back. So rewind to last week. So I was having a conversation with Brad from Getting Basted about AI, right? And
Right.
he really told me I needed to get on Claude AI, right?
Yep, we
And
did
Claude or
talk. We
so
Cloud?
did
Claude,
Claude
Claude.
DE. We did talk about that a little bit.
Yep, yep. And so Claude's more of a business. It's not, it's not a designed to, hey, make a funny picture, even though I think it'll
Right.
make a funny picture. But it's more business related, and there's a lot of add-ons, and you connect Claude to a lot of things. So you can connect Claude to your email. You
Yeah,
Claude's
it's used
about
as a. It's
automating
used.
processes, and
Yeah, it's kind of advertised as a coworker. Like use it as a coworker in a sense.
yep,
Okay.
right. So I came in Monday morning, or well, I flew back on Tuesday. So I flew back Monday night. So Tuesday morning, I came in and said, I'm going to get Claude. And Claude's $100 a month, but I'm like $100 a month, $1,200 a year. But
That's chump change for somebody like Darren.
well, or is it chump change for anybody if you really utilize it,
Bingo. Bingo.
I
right?
don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
$100?
How
That's a
much is
lot a
dog
month.
boarding school?
Okay, that's a one-time fee.
Oh,
Okay,
whoop.
and that's a
How
necessity in my
much?
life.
Well, so is it Claude?
Why did I tell you
Anyway,
about
okay,
that?
move along. Move along.
So anyway, but I think so and I'm I'm the kind of guy, as I've got the motorhome in the background and shit, right? I
Right.
struggle sometimes to spend $100 on certain things, right? That I'm like, just spend
Right.
$100.
Right. Right.
But I have no problem fucking writing a check for that, right?
Right. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
just. But sometimes it's like, so I'm like, I'm going to get this Claude now. Claude Brad told me I should get a MacBook Mini and run Claude at my house on the MacBook Mini and let it just process, so I'm not, on my laptop. So just run it, which I haven't done yet. I need to set up Claude on the MacBook Mini so that I can go to it, because then you can just set up Claude and send a text message to Claude and say, hey, Claude, do this for me. And it'll just in the background do it. So I've started connecting Claude to like my Google Drive and my Gmail and just different things. And so I started out going, we always have problems with route optimization of our routes, our catering routes. How do you route this? And it's a manual process for us. And I've always
You
looked
know
for a
what?
piece of software on how to route optimize. And I've never found the route optimization. And so I sat down Monday morning at the bar at 5 a.m. or Tuesday morning, and I said, hey, Claude, I'd like to create, can you help me with routing my catering software deliveries for today? First thing I ever ask it, ever. And Claude says, sure. Can you give me a few details? Do you have a list of delivery points with addresses and times? How many vans do you have? How many delivery drivers do you have? Can you give me any constraints? It starts asking me all these questions.
Right.
I'm just talking to it. So I'm like, yep, I got 7 delivery vans. I got 7 delivery drivers. I start just giving it constraints. Hey, I don't want to deliver anything. I don't want to deliver anything more than 15 minutes before its delivery time, but I want to make sure I'm there 5 minutes prior to its delivery time. I don't want to put any more than 3 deliveries on one delivery vehicle, and I don't want to deliver any stop more than an hour before it's. I want it. I don't want it to be on the truck more than an hour.
Okay.
Because I don't want stuff to get cold. And
Right.
if it has over 250 guests on the order, just route it on its own truck because it's going to
Right.
take up a lot of space, right? And so I put in those constraints. It just kept asking me. And so it says, can you upload a file to me of your deliveries for today? Just give me a sample of your deliveries for the day. So I went into Total Party Planner. I went into Delivery Port. I took a PDF of it. I uploaded it. And it said, here, gut check my data for me. And it had one of the things in the wrong spot. It didn't have the guest count in the right spot. It was reading a delivery time as a guest count. And I said, you're reading guest count as delivery. Really, here's the 5 order. Here's an order number. It's this guest count for each one of these. And they said, oh, we understand. We see where we made a mistake. How about this? Whoop. Yep. Is our delivery stuff right? Yep, it's right now. Here, let us optimize. So it optimized and went through and optimized whatever. And it said, if we change the hour, we can reduce the amount of trucks by whatever. But if you still want to hold, you're going to need 5 delivery trucks to do what you need to do. Oh, that's cool. Would you like me to download some driver-friendly route sheets for you? Oh, that'd be nice, right? And then it said, would you like me to code this for you so you can just upload the report on a daily basis so I could download? So I'm like, yeah, let's do that, which it gave me the code, right? It just spread it out like fucking 20 pages of code
Right.
that I have no clue what to do with, even though it's a program. All you got to do is install it, put it on a local. I'm sure I put it on a local computer and it'll run code and then it'll just install it
I
and
actually think.
I could upload, right? So
Um,
so it created this piece of software for me and did my route optimization. And this whole entire process was no more than 30 minutes.
Right.
Okay. So another example, we need 2 or 3 examples we'll go through. One of the examples was while I was in Florida, they kept talking about needing new wire racks for our walk-in cooler, how they were
Right.
getting dirty and whatever. And they've been there for 10 years, 15 years probably, since we
Right.
put in that
yeah.
walk-in cooler. And they were cleaning them, but it was just getting harder, and their wire racks, and they just needed to be replaced.
Right.
And we had just introduced in our meat room cooler, we had brought in this new Cambro shelving, which is pretty expensive. But what's nice is you could just take it out piece by piece and run it through the dishwasher.
Okay. I've seen that
Very
stuff.
very handy, very nice. And very sturdy. So we bought one shelving unit, and it's held up really well, and it's worked out really well for being able just to take out a shelf. It's like just little 2-foot sections. 2-foot sections, take them out, run them through the dishwasher, put them back in, done. Right? Great
Right.
maintenance thing. So I've been telling them, I'm like, hey, just get me a schematic. Well, can we call somebody in? I'm like, no, just get me a schematic and we'll just figure out what we need. We'll order it on restaurant, whatever. So anyway, nothing ever came of it. So I happened to walk in the walk-in cooler, and I'm like, hey, where are we at on this shelving? Yeah, we haven't got to it. And I said, okay. So I went back to the office and got on Claude, and I said, hey, I've got a walk-in cooler. I need help designing. Like, okay, can you give me the dimensions? Sure, here's the dimensions. Here's the door. So I was just telling it the door, and I said, I want to use the Cambro shelving, and I'd like to buy it at Webstron. And it said, okay, so here, let me get you a drawing. So it gave me a schematic drawing, optimized. I said, okay, well, and I started tweaking the drawing, right? And so it gave me the drawing. Matter of fact, Emma, I could probably send it to you.
Yeah.
It started tweaking the drawing for me about this walk-in cooler, and I said, hey, could you list this out for me on the drawing? And they're like, oh yeah, we can definitely do that. I'll send you the entire. So, so I we did the entire drawing, whatever, and so it sent me there, and I said, okay, can you cost it out for me? Sure. So it went out to Webstron, costed every piece out for me, gave me a budget, and I said, could you put this into an executive proposal for me for upper management? Just fucking around. They
Right.
come out with this executive proposal for upper management,
I'll be
right?
damned.
That said, here's my walk-in cooler space. Here's what it's going to take, whatever. And it was like, I mean, and it knows. It kept saying, hey, the shelving needs to be 6 inches off the floor, and it needs to be this much walkway to get carts through it. And I wasn't telling it that. I mean, it just knew everything.
I'll be damned.
Here, hold on. Gosh darn it, Randy.
I'll be damned.
So here's the walk-in cooler shelving proposal, and this took maybe 15 minutes. And so there's my walk-in cooler shelving proposal. So it, going through, it's got all the dimensions on it. It's got all the part numbers of every piece. And then scroll down there, Emma. So then it tells me every product spec of every shelf of left wall, right wall, add-on, whatever. And the perimeter shelving. And there's my cost estimates. And some are approximates, right? And then it's got all the product highlights, health code compliance, recommended next steps.
Yeah, it's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is.
I take back my comment on spending $100 on this a month.
You're getting your money out of it.
Yeah.
So then yesterday we've been working on this project because we've tried to convert over to Market Man for our recipes. And we've always worked off this recipe card box. And we've been trying, we got to get this digitized, whatever. So I find out in the back that we've been putting this into an Excel spreadsheet, trying to then upload it into some sort of process thing. Well, we went back and we took a photo of a recipe card. I uploaded it in Quad and said, hey, into Claude. And I said, hey, could you make me a recipe? And Claude's like, sure. I'm not going to send you a recipe because then they know my
Secrets.
recipes. But anyway,
Secrets.
it came out in this format, and Claude knew everything about it. All I gave it was an ingredient list, right? But it knew that I needed to mix it. It knew that I needed a 12-quart container. It knew that I needed to label and store it at 41 degrees, right? And
Uh-huh.
so it put it in this format. Well, it had little stuff at the header I didn't like. I said, hey, remove that from the header. Hey, do this, do this. Hey, put my logo in the top left-hand corner. Here's my logo. And so when I did that, so then I said, hey, send me the Excel spreadsheet. So he sends me the Excel spreadsheet, and he had written the Excel spreadsheet, Mike had, so that it was like, hey, put ingredient A and B together and then add C. And I really didn't like the way that was written. So I just told Claude, I said, when it says A is the first ingredient on the list, B is the second ingredient on the list, I want you to don't list A and B. I want you to list the actual ingredient in the instructions. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Boop. And it took like 3 iterations because Claude on the recipes was down below. It was like taking a full sentence and splitting it into 2 instructions on there. So now
Right.
I'm in the process of just going, hey, combine 1 and 2 into instructions, right? Just to clean them up.
Right.
So my GM walks in and I said, she goes, oh my God. I showed her what I did. And she goes, are you kidding me? I'm like, no. And she goes, but how do we get it in Spanish? And I said, like this, Claude, please give it to me in Spanish. And whoop, there it was, the entire thing in Spanish. She's like,
Is that right?
yeah. I mean, just so
So,
the crazy thing is you can't think of things fast enough. You now the thing is it's like so Emma, your mom, she's like, oh, now you're trying to replace us all. And
yeah.
I'm like, no, that's not the case at all. I'm trying to figure out how much I need to budget to give every one of you Claude, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, because
if you all have
the,
Claude, then you're spending time actually working on the business rather than remedial shit that
Right.
takes hours
yeah,
and hours and hours trying
because
to do all this
that's
remedial work. So
Right.
it's like, don't worry, we have years of work, but think how much better we could
yeah.
be.
Well, and that's the misconception about AI that a lot of people that are still like kind of on the fence about it, they're like, "Oh, it's going to take my job." And it's like, "No, AI literally can't work without you. Like it needs you to
Well,
know what to do and needs somebody to
and no.
monitor
Now,
it and navigate it."
it does.
Yes and
It
no.
it
That's
it does. I think
yes.
AI will replace if you're sitting there going,
Yeah, it'll replace certain things, but
it
it
will
won't like
replace that.
replace you.
Oh
It
no,
will
no, because
it will
if you embrace
it,
it, if
yeah,
you
it'll give you
embrace
a
it,
chance to it'll give you a chance to pivot the way that you work and actually manage to get more done because you're not, sitting there and it's just automating everything you're doing to make it more efficient.
yeah.
And
Well, and I'd sent Randy what I had sent Randy and Emma was the a social media marketing plan and saying, "Hey, look at my social media marketing and tell me what's wrong with it." And I mean, it was just crazy, and it came back a 2 week marketing plan, told me what videos to shoot, what I should be hashtagging, what everything.
Well,
would you
and I took it another step. I
ooh,
just I went to just out to Google AI,
Yeah,
Gemini?
Gemini.
Gemini, and did the same kind of deal, and it regurgitated quite the report of what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong, and then giving you what kind of videos, what you needed to shoot to get more engagement, and things you were lacking on and stuff that I kind of knew, but it brought it to the forefront to
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
what's going on. So somebody, if they don't want to spend $100 a month on Claude, you can
You
go
can
out
still
to
get it.
Well,
get the
and
Animi.
you could easily still get it with ChatGPT's free
You
version
can.
too. It's just
How do you get
the
on Chat's GBT's free version? I tried to get into that, and it wants to charge me.
I don't know. I've had the free version for I think it's 4 years now.
But
3 years.
Randy, the free version, you're going to be able to do about 2 things, and then it's going to shut you.
See, okay, I
That's
don't
what
know.
happened. That's what
I don't
happened.
want to say this too loud because I don't want it to hear me. I don't know if I just like beat the system or something. I don't have that issue on my version. I don't pay
Really?
for
Well,
it.
I'll
If
tell you
I did,
what, the Gemini in Google, it did a nice job, made up a nice report. It'll make you a calendar of,
Yeah.
okay,
So all
all that
I
kind of
mean,
stuff. Very nice.
yeah, AI. All the AI platforms are going to give you something. They're all different. They all are just. They're all just going to be slightly different because of how they're coded and programmed. So, and where they kind of pull from, I guess, in a sense too.
and you have to check
But
all their work. You do have
yeah,
to check their work.
you have to check AI's work.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like the number one thing. I will hone that into
But I
all
would,
of your brains,
if
especially
it,
dates. If you have dates on there, they will freaking screw those up.
I would
Unless
suggest
you type
anybody
out the
that's got a
exact date.
social media program, doing social media for the restaurant or the food truck or whatever, just go out there to Gemini or whatever and have it analyze your social media. You'll really be surprised
Yeah.
how deep it digs in.
Here's what I sent Randy and Emma the other day. This social media strategy. Um, going
Yeah,
through saying, "Hey, do an audit my platform."
it did. The
Shows what you
audit
have.
is huge because like we do social media audits at work, and I was like, how could I utilize this to kind of help some of the
But I
schools we
mean,
work with?
low engagement rate. Food truck page, which needs to be silenced or whatever.
Delete it.
Yeah, no visible event calendar, no awards TV features underused, Instagram following nearly equals followers. That was an interesting one. They're like,
Yeah,
hey, we got
because
44
yeah.
4,400 accounts and we're following 5,000. And they're going,
So
no, a brand page should never follow that
I
amount of people.
and you want to know who tried to tell you that? Me. Because you know who used
Well,
to be in charge of the Smokey D's Instagram page?
but I
Darren.
wonder who's following them because it's not me.
Well, no, you followed all of these people in the
Oh,
past.
oh, well, let's go delete them.
Because I went through and I unfollowed well over 500 accounts one day
So
because I was
really, you
getting
should
pissed
only
off.
follow the ones that have millions of followers.
Yeah, and you should only follow ones that post exactly what you are posting as well. So like when you would get mad at me because you'd be like, "Why isn't the owner chicken following anybody?" I only followed like primarily other chicken accounts. So this is really nice. So what this is telling me is, oh, maybe Emma actually did know what she was talking about, and I should have listened to her more
Did
instead
we
of
ever
being
tell
like, I
you that
don't.
you didn't, Emma?
Yeah, Darren, you.
Randy,
Yeah.
did Darren quit?
I quit because of Darren.
I think this AI report is interesting.
It, it it is
It is.
it's very interesting. It's every bit
It.
of this stuff is super interesting, and it's just one of those things. Is it's like, where do you go next? Wow, looks like
One of
me.
the things, oh, your lights went. One of the things that came back to me said that I needed more engagement on Reels and
Mm-hmm.
more behind the scene type deals on Reels.
Yeah,
And I
I hear that a
and
lot.
and I didn't know I don't know whether you saw it, but I posted a reel yesterday. We were getting ready to go get started at the Easter egg bash in the food
Yeah.
truck, and I just did a scan or a scan of the inside of the truck, with us getting
Oh yeah,
all
I
ready
saw
to
it.
go and
Yeah,
stuff.
I saw it.
And I got a report back this morning that the damn thing's had over 500 views.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So I mean,
it's kind of. I'm
that's
working on
that's
making
what
a.
people like.
Yeah, I'm working on making a reel right now, actually, for a district, just because we know that's going to get them the best.
yeah.
It's going to get them the best
I
engagement.
sat at the jam yesterday morning. I was at the jam. Just I had to take some stuff up there to the kitchen, and I tell you what, it was almost like a proud dad moment. I was sitting by the expo window because that's kind of the only place you could. When it was 9:30 in the morning, we are slammed, right?
Oh, I
And
bet on a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
they are popping food out of there like it's no other. And I'm just kind of standing sideways, so the waitresses are coming in and out of the door to the dish sink and bringing dishes in, and I'm just standing there, and so I'm watching all this food go out, and I'm telling you, the fucking food, every last dish that went out of there, and I stood there for 10 minutes just in fucking awe. Every last dish going out of there was fucking. I couldn't have been happier
Right,
with
right.
everything that went out of that place. I was sitting there shooting videos. I'm like thinking about the reels, and so I'm like shooting for future videos. And then I
Right.
go over to the other end, and they're making pancakes and blueberry pancakes, and I'm flipping the and I fucking filled up my damn phone full of 10, 15-second videos yesterday. So anyway, but the food looked food looked good. Food looked good.
Yeah. Well, okay, so back to this AI report. I'm actually really impressed with the amount of detail that it's giving you, because it's telling you exactly what to say,
Yeah,
what to
and what
link,
to do?
what to,
Yeah.
and yeah, so it's like saying, hey, for this Monday, start the week with with appetite. First of all, clever caption, I like it. Um, the thing is that I'm surprised it's telling you to use as many hashtags, because from what I've heard, is hashtags are dying.
Well, that's what I
Um,
thought too. Mine report
yeah,
did the same thing, Emma.
so I'm curious to see how that changes. Um, but then it even gives you shoot notes. So it's like, hey, for this reel, shoot this,
Right.
or and it's like,
So,
wow, that actually takes out all of the guessing, because sometimes the
so that
hardest,
was
I wouldn't
always
say
our
the
struggle.
hardest part. Yeah,
That was always our struggle is what do we do for content?
yeah,
What do we do for content? Well,
and
fuck, now you just ask somebody and they tell us.
yeah, and just like the idea of it, yeah, because like I would always be like, oh well, what kind of, what kind of content do I want to do? And this is just giving me this straight up,
The information, what to
yeah,
do on
the
what days.
Yeah, your
yeah,
mom sent me a message yesterday saying, "Hey, I just ate at B&B Deli, and I think we need to talk about a sandwich concept." And of course, Sherry, because we've had all kinds of conversations this week about the world versus Sherry and opening new restaurants, right?
Hmm.
Because I think everybody's trying to get me opening new restaurants because otherwise I'm going to sit there and try and improve the ones I have. And and
which
so
isn't necessarily a bad thing.
no, it's not. But anyway, so but I'll drive everybody crazy doing it. But
That's
anyway,
fair.
so it's like I think we need to talk about sandwich concept. I said, "Could I wait till Monday?" Oh yeah. I said, "Can I bring Claude along?" And
No
last night,
kidding.
Sherry's like, "Yeah, I think we need to talk about sandwiches."
Good.
Good.
Oh, but I thought you were gonna switch the Crafty Mac. What happened to that project?
We that's on our to do. We got to get it done.
I do love a good bowl.
I was thinking about the Crafty Mac was we need to really bring back crispy chicken.
Yes. Why would you
Chris,
ever take it away?
I don't know. It just went away. I noticed that yesterday. Crispy chicken, our
Yeah.
signature mascot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, oh. Let me get a logo. I'm gonna make a little guy. Hee 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 hee.
Yeah.
This is my
I
favorite.
mean, and I think we ought to get I think we ought to get a matching character like Bowie. Bowie, the elbow macaroni for the Crafty Mac.
Well, I
Bowie.
don't know. I don't hate that idea actually.
Yeah.
The Henri
Or
Chicken. What a restaurant. Ah, what a virtual kitchen. You know?
yeah, we were testing the new chicken tanglers uh,
What's that?
again. So we're taking random chicken breast
Right.
and putting them through a fajita slicer, making them into long strips, and then brining
Okay.
them,
Okay.
and then take them out, dip them in buttermilk, and then in our championship breading and fry them. So it's just this basket full of chicken
Oh,
tanglers.
sure, sure.
And so we've been, Jethro's does it in Des Moines. They call it a boneless wing. Some other restaurants are starting to do it. In the testing, the problem is if you put sauce on those bitches, they're like soft, like right now. They just get bleh.
Really?
And that's the way
Wonder
Jethro's
why.
does it. Well, it's just you put sauce on fried chicken and it just gets blah, right?
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, because if it's, I mean, depends on how long it sits, but yeah, it
Right,
just
but the
the
buffalo,
moisture.
but the buffalo sauce, if it has oil in it, like the liquid margarine or whatever in buffalo sauce,
Right.
just the butter, it just gets like almost not instantly, but it's not good. So I'm like, okay, I think we should dip these things. Let's just give them the dipping sauce, and they can dip in it. I'm
Sure.
like, some people like coated. I was surprised. We took a half pound of wings. We're going to sell them half pound and full pounds. And a half pound's like one of our oval baskets full. A full pound's one of our rectangular baskets full. A half pound thing, a half pound basket, only took 1.5 ounces of dipping sauce with everything dipped, which
Okay,
was,
that
yes.
is what. So why wouldn't wouldn't that essentially just what would make that different than them just, this is probably just me being dumb, but what would make that different than them just essentially being like a chicken tender if they're not covered in the sauce?
It's a whole different thing than chicken
Okay.
tender. I mean, it's a whole different thing. It's
Just
almost like eating
strips.
well, it's not like eating a clam strip,
Right.
Okay.
but made of chicken.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
how I
Okay.
would,
Okay.
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 right?
That sounds
Yeah.
good.
And they're really juicy. I mean, super juicy because they've been brined. Because that brine really gets into them because we brine them after they've been. But we can also, by brining them, we can also then take them off the flat top. We can throw them on the flat top
Uh huh.
Okay.
and do a grilled one without any breading,
Right.
which is my personal favorite. To be able to like throw a portion out, put it on the flat top, takes like a minute to
Right.
fry that up, and then take it out and then toss it in buffalo sauce.
But you
Ten
say
times
tossing it in
better
the sauce makes it get a little soft
when if you do it on the breaded one.
on the okay, but not on the grill.
On the
Well, there's no.
non-breaded, but I think
Yeah.
I'm always looking for the healthier option.
Right.
So if I could just toss it in just straight hot sauce or buffalo sauce, straight buffalo sauce, it's going to be a lot healthier option. There's just
Sure.
kind
Sure.
of 0 calories in a hot sauce
Right.
as long as you don't douse it in oil on the flat top.
So you run it through a fajita shredder,
A fajita slicer.
fajita slicer.
It's part of
I
our
didn't know
tenderizing unit.
I didn't know there was such thing.
Oh, it's a dangerous son of a bitch. I mean, you
Is
got
that
to
right?
It's a. Oh my god! It's $1,000 power unit that sticks into the tenderizer.
Okay.
And I'm like, you son of a bitches better not drop that sucker because you drop it, you're going to bend the blades. You bend the blades, we're screwed. And I mean, it's $1,000 unit. And so it's like we're going to have one or two people responsible for it that know how to do it. And you like use it, you spray it off, you take it to the dishwasher, you run it through the dishwasher, you reassemble it, you take it back and put it in this protective thing and
Box.
cover it up and say do not use on it, so not anybody can use it. Because if
I'll
you
be
just
damned.
let anybody use it, it'll be broke tomorrow.
Really? It's
Oh
that precise.
yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
tenderloin, and I think we could do the same thing with pork. I'd
Oh,
like to do the same thing with pork tenderloins too.
Yeah, I think that'd
Tenderloin.
be good.
I'd like to do tenderloin tanglers.
oh, good Lord Almighty. Okay,
What?
I want to show you guys something. So
All
I
right.
decided to use two different AI platforms here because we love AI in this on this podcast to make this little mascot guy. Do you want to see the good one or the bad one first? I
Both.
wouldn't say either of them are actually great, but
Makes no difference.
okay. So here's ChatGPT. I said I had to do a couple things because I said take this logo, make me a little cartoon business, and then I made a really angry guy, and I was like cute, but I want to be happy, and then I didn't want the words. So this is what we got. I'm not in love with him.
Yeah, no,
I don't
because he's
feel
got
like it
too.
matches the vibe.
What? Because he's got too many
This
feathers,
gets
and nobody wants feathers
yeah.
on their chicken.
Okay, fair. But this is what Google Gemini created because I just wanted to see where they're at with their image generation. Okay.
We're gonna make this podcast so people.
Oh,
Oh wow, that looks like something that would be on my grandma's dinner table at Thanksgiving.
yeah,
Yeah, I was
exactly.
couldn't say I was as impressed, but
But that,
yeah, we
Randy,
are gonna make this
that's
podcast something people have to watch. Sorry, guys.
so that's crispy chicken. The head
Crispy.
Yeah.
of that. That's we named. Who named that?
We let people name it. No, we did a poll. I did a poll way
Chris,
back when.
and his middle name is P. Period.
P.
Chicken.
Yeah, crispy chicken.
I like the first one very well.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
it's
She
just
could be better.
very
But that
powerful
just
stuff. It's how do we harness that? I was thinking today that I may ask Claude to go back into KCBS and analyze all my scores over the last 5 years and tell me how to improve them.
now that would be interesting. Now, would
It's probably going to go, hey, Darren, why don't you just take a week off and then quit? I'm guessing that's what it's going to say.
Now, would that be able to get into KCBS and get those scores, or would you have to feed them to them?
Yeah. Well, no, because so here's the deal with that you get with Claude that you don't get with the others is Claude, there's no passwords with KCBS, right? I mean, that
Right.
data is just sitting out there. They can go mine that data. If I
Okay.
want detailed in-depth, but Claude has connectors. So you can design connectors and give Claude your username and password to different
Okay.
websites.
Sure.
So Claude, now you don't have to, but normal websites it can go get, or you can develop connectors that Claude will actually go, you can give it permission to go do it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm going to hook Claude up to Toast because Toast has their own AI, but I'd rather deal
Right.
with Claude.
Right.
Yeah. It's just mind blowing. You just sit there and go, okay, what's the biggest bang for your buck? Where instead of playing around, because that's what you want to do. You want to play around. What's the problems you need to solve in your business that are going
Right.
to make you the most money? Right?
Right.
That's what you need to work on.
The whole AI thing, the more I've got into, it's just amazing what it'll do.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, especially for like you. I mean, because you're kind of the one man show. Well, you got Marla,
Right.
but upper
Right.
management, but
Right. Yeah, to be able to just put stuff in there and it come up with a whole AI plan and stuff like that, and our whole social media plan and things
yeah.
like that, and just implement it and go from there.
Well, that plan that I sent you guys on social media, I
Uh-huh.
literally could hand that off to somebody and here, go here,
Take
do
care.
this exactly. Take care of this
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, it looked like it gave them every step they really needed to do and the whole 10 yards.
Yeah.
God, you guys really do still use all my photos.
What?
I'm looking at the Honor Chicken stuff. Because they did do the crispy thing once. I'm trying to see if they've done it again since. But the photos.
Yeah.
All my work, Randy. So,
Yep.
what can I say?
When her job
But
gets
also that,
eliminated, because when her job gets eliminated of AI, we'll bring her back. Don't worry. Don't
Yeah.
worry, Emma.
my job won't get eliminated because of AI. I'm not worried about it. You seen those graphics that it can make? Mediocre at best. That's the thing, is that people don't understand. You can tell when AI makes your graphics or your flyers or any of that stuff for events because they're all the same.
Right.
It makes the same flyer for everybody.
Yeah.
And it's like,
That's what I've heard. But you got to tweak it. Yeah, you do have to tweak
yeah,
it.
you have to tweak it. And like style wise, it's really important to, when you're on social media, for your brand to be displayed. So it's like, why, if AI doesn't get that? And I don't know if they ever will. AI don't. If you're
Well,
listening, don't understand that because I
well,
need a job.
well, so, but AI, that's one thing though. Like AI like Claude remembers that. Claude becomes,
Yeah.
every time I say something to
Oh,
Claude, it
yeah.
remembers it. It knows it.
Oh, that's ChatGPT
Right.
does too.
So,
I
so,
had
so
ChatGPT.
Claude knows that if I put out a recipe thing, it knows that I want the recipe in this format and I want this on it and whatever.
Right.
I could ask ChatGPT. I did once, but I don't know. But I could ask ChatGPT to pretty much say, hey, like, let's get reacquainted here, and have it take everything I've ever told it. And I've been using ChatGPT since 2023. Okay? I could have it
early adopter.
Yes, thank you, D-Dub. One of the first things I ever looked was what's best practicing or best marketing practices for a mac and cheese ghost kitchen. Back when I used to use it for work, and then I got a little more fun. And I used to use it for like, hey, how do I how do I make it say funny things about, my Dungeons and Dragons characters? It's fine. And now I have it pretty much run my book club. So it's just like one of those where if I asked it to like reintroduce itself to me, it would be like, here's all the things I know about you, and it'd be fucking crazy.
That's the first thing I ever used it for. Somebody would say, you need to read this book, and I'd go to AI and say, hey, will you summarize this book and do an executive level summary for me? And it would tell me that. And I'm like, why do I need to read the book? It just told me.
The books that I don't finish for book club, I do have. I'd be like, hey, what's the plot of this? Because I got to go into, or the summary. I want to see.
Funny.
But yeah, no, I literally searched what's a good blood pressure range. I don't know why. I must have thought I was dying one day.
You Durflingers always think you're dying. You're always doing this. See?
What?
Yeah. What?
So, Randy, how was your week?
Yeah.
It was exciting.
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 Yeah, it was kind of exciting. Did a little politicking. With SIU, the SIU School of Agriculture. Met with them, and then they invited me to a reception, and so.
Do you have to wear your dress bibs?
Well, no, I wore my fucking big boy pants. So.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, I wore big boy pants 2 nights in a row.
Whoa!
Oh,
yeah,
you're growing up. Look at you.
I'm becoming a big boy. Yeah,
becoming a real boy.
And even didn't wear a red shirt. Wore a regular shirt and the whole bit. So
Holy
Aw, look at you.
shit.
Yeah, yeah,
You're an adult now.
yeah,
Nobody knew who
yeah.
you were.
No, they
Yeah.
didn't. I had name tags on, so
Oh, good.
Ooh,
and
name
kind of
tags even.
half-assed, yeah, and just kind of made the president of SIU, the whole school. I think he's a little pissed off at me now because I asked him some pointed questions about some stuff, and he kind of gave me a go fuck yourself, you know.
Oh,
And so I told him,
relatable.
I said when I was introduced, and I've met him before, and he signs off on a lot of papers I do for the food truck at SIU, which probably wasn't a good thing to do. But I I said, well, I'm a member of Alpha Gamma Rho from down at Carbondale. We're dealing with him on some new houses and stuff. And I said, I'm one of the AGR. I'm a member of AGR from Carbondale. And he goes, oh, another one.
Oh,
And I said, yeah.
he.
So it was pretty interesting. And then had a real, I forget where we were at, but it pretty well sucked on food trucking one day.
Oh,
But the others were really good. We did a couple corporate events. We're starting to do more and more corporate food truck events for
well, that's
employee
good.
appreciation and stuff. And we did 2 this week, and I think we don't have any this next week. But then the next week we've got another one. So getting more and more of those type deals. Then I had this revelation. Had
That's
a
scary.
revelation. I used to not. I decided, a few years ago, I wasn't going to take the food truck to like birthday parties, family get-togethers, and stuff like that. Waste of time. But I give them a minimum of $1,000 for 2 hours of service. They have to hit $1,000 in 2 hours. I'll do that to a corporate event. And I got to thinking, what's the difference between a birthday
Nothing.
party
Literally
and
nothing.
that? Nothing. There's no difference. So I'm starting to talk to more people about doing those kind of things. And
Because, yeah, I think.
Well,
Well,
because it's a lot
or like,
easier even for a family to say,
yeah.
"Hey, you're only at $800. Can I whip you up? Let's get you 5 pounds of brisket, 5 pounds of pork, whatever, to put in your
right,
freezer, right?"
right, yeah,
Yeah.
Than it is
Or
somebody at corporate, because it's like, how do you spread that amongst them? Whereas a family, it's
well,
like,
and
hey, how do you want to deal with
this
this? You want to put this in for
Smoky D's
future use?
food
So,
truck used the Smoky D's food truck used to do like neighborhood visits
well,
too.
and
those were big.
block parties.
Yeah.
But neighborhood visits, you're not going to get that minimum because you
No,
just got
no.
somebody step up. But I was told this week by our catering department, hey, could you go park that fucking food truck somewhere else? Because we're getting about 10 calls a day.
Yeah,
People want to book that because, hey, we drove past the restaurant and saw the food truck. Hey, we drove past the restaurant and saw the food
I
truck.
mean,
Hey, we drove past.
in people's defense, it looks like you have a food truck.
right.
Yeah. Sherry's like, hey, why
So-
don't we just put a for sale sign in front of the food truck? I'm like,
Oh,
well,
boy.
Yeah.
Then people are going to fucking call me, and then they're going to want a tire kick, and then they're going to want.
Yeah. You don't want to do that bullshit.
That's
So anyway, we've had, like I said, the corporate events went really well, and then we did an Easter egg bash, which is a church has this big Easter egg hunt for kids, and
fun.
they had 230 register, and then a lot show up, and we had the food truck there, and we actually did twice of what we did the year before.
See?
So bigger crowd, and I think they had another wood-fired pizza truck there, and he had some issues with his wood fire, and so he had massive lines and stuff, and so, but yeah, some kind of and then in between there had some nice caterings that we've picked up for some customers that Springfield businesses and stuff, and so yeah, it was a pretty decent week. Next week's kind of slow. We don't have any caterings next week, but we've got 3 days of food trucks, kind of street side stuff. We're going to be in Jacksonville, so everybody ought to be really happy. So we're going to be in Jacksonville.
Be in Jacksonville. Is the weather going to hold out, or is it going to rain?
No, it's supposed to rain. It's supposed to be beautiful until Wednesday, and then Wednesday is supposed to rain, and Thursday is supposed to rain. And then Thursday we're going to a bar that they wanted me to come up and set up, and it's just down the road, up the road a little bit, Walby's place in Ashland, and we're going to set up there for during lunch. So it'll be interesting to see what we do up there. So back to social media, I'll really pimp the hell out of those two events, and we got a private event. So, and then I'm not complaining about this, but still,
sounds like you're going to.
No, I mean, our calendar is actually getting so full. I'm having to turn some business away.
I think you need another food truck.
Another food truck.
You know what? I second that
I'm
motion.
just free today. Should I run that sumbitch down to you or no?
Just run her down. Nothing going on today.
No, you said you didn't have anything at the beginning of the week. You could bring me back.
Yeah, that's right. No, I appreciate the thought, but I'll pass on it, and
I was thinking about doing one of them waffles too. Have you seen where people do the online? They can't call it a raffle, but so they call them waffles.
Yeah, you were talking about that.
Where you spend so I'm thinking about doing $40,000 waffles. So you spend $1,000 for a chance to win the food truck.
There you go. On a side note,
Yeah.
and this kind of goes back with Illinois beating Iowa last night on Saturday night to get into the Final Four. Two of the guys that work for me are kind of into the online gambling, and more than I'd really like to see them on the online gambling, but it's their money that they piss away. So, one thing that came up that I thought was interesting, that they use FanDuel. They use FanDuel, and I don't know whether it's just that or it's all of them. What?
You just butchered that 4 different ways and still didn't get it right, but that's okay.
But I asked them, I said, how much have you bet on the Illini games this week? And you can't. You can't bet on an Illinois team from Illinois.
Okay, so I did do a quick Google search because we were kind of talking about that.
Unless you're the governor, and then you can.
Yeah, then you're governor. Yeah, exactly.
Or if you're a politician, then you can.
Yeah.
It's generally prohibited, but not completely.
Well, they can't bet on the Illini here in Illinois, so they got a guy that works up in Des Moines that one of them worked for, and they just have him place bets up in Iowa for them.
So, yeah, it says while legal. This is
which
the AI
would be called
overview.
a bookie. Which would be called a bookie.
Yeah. Speaking of, I just did this again. Kind of not speaking of, but pivoting. I realized that the thing that I said was Google Gemini. I got bamboozled by a mediocre AI platform saying that they were Google Gemini. LOL. And this was what Google Gemini actually made. Which isn't any better or worse. I haven't decided, but just so Google Gemini got a standing chance.
Did you
AI generator is a little bit better.
Did you try in Canva AI?
No, Canva AI is really hit or miss.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about having it design a menu for me.
You could. I'd be curious to see how it turned out.
Yeah.
Just send me what you want. I'll have Claude to have that fucker done tomorrow.
Yeah, no shit.
Claude's schedule's kind of full today.
Yeah, I bet he is. You don't have anything going on.
Well, we got to move all these barbecue trailers outside today because it's going to be nice. So they got
That's
a,
gonna
Right.
be nice.
all the barbecue trailers because we got the big Altoona, Iowa barbecue contest. The Iowa State Barbecue Championship is this weekend, and
You
so
mean next week?
I've
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, next
the
weekend.
one weekend I'm not home.
I've got a team from Texas coming in, and another trailer. We got the team from Costa Rica coming in.
oh, really?
Yeah, so it's a world championship. Yep, it's a
So
world
why are
champ.
they?
It's a
Why are all those teams coming up to Altoona?
old Carl Davis from Cast Iron Cookers. He's coming
Oh,
up.
friend of yours, just a friend of
Yep,
yours,
yep, just friends. Yep, Carl's coming. He
associate.
just said there's no cook-offs in Texas. It's Easter weekend or whatever, and
Right.
he just hit reserve yesterday. He's got 5 wins, trying to get two more bungs for the Jack.
Right.
So he's like, I need a little KCBS practice, and he goes, I don't want to bring my trailer. I said, that's fine. I got a Jambo trailer, everything ready to go up here. Just come on up,
Right.
show up. And then it wasn't 20 minutes later, and then Joe says, hey, you got an easy up? I got the team from Costa Rica who has won the last 2 international championships
Wow.
that they've been at. He's like, you got any easy ups? I'm like, I got better. I got a trailer that they can work out of. And he's like, oh,
Right.
man, they'll love that. And I'm like, yeah, they bring great coffee with them.
Oh, yeah. There you
there
go.
it is.
So
There you
Justice
go. There you
Barbecue
go.
bring it up. She always brings great coffee. She has a little pour over coffee thing she brings.
One of them little silver things.
Hers is
No, that's a different.
hers is
different.
hand painted, but it's got a
Okay.
little funnel on it, and she grinds the coffee and pours it over with the hot water.
Ooh, I
and
bet that
everything.
is good.
Oh, it's good, and so it'll good with because every team at the barbecue champion, the It's My Jam is catering
Okay.
the breakfast, and we normally do a breakfast bowl or whatever. Well, we're doing every team's getting 2 jammin' tarts
Okay.
next weekend. So
Nice.
Costa Rican coffee and jammin' tarts.
Is this
Cool.
Doesn't get much better.
Is this public information? And I can't cut it if it's not. I won't, but I could. Have you guys dropped the s'mores Pop Tarts yet?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're not selling that well.
Really?
What?
I figured those things would sell.
From what I was told, they're not selling
Well,
that well. That's all I was told.
They're phenomenal.
Have you had one?
Yes, I got
Yeah?
to go during the testing phase.
Oh.
And by that I mean I showed up at the office and said, "Mom, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
So similar to like what I used to do when I worked there,
Right.
I would just see what was going on in the kitchen and be like, "How can I get a free meal?"
Yeah, they look pretty good.
Yeah, well, they tasted delicious, I thought.
Yeah, here, because everybody likes a good picture, right?
Right.
Oh,
What?
guy's so cute. I'm redoing I changed the Honor Chicken logo and I'm redoing the little mascot. And Google Gemini made a cute little guy that I actually like. But he made him an accountant. So, Canva AI, Randy, you want to see what this is like?
Yeah. Yeah. God, that sucks.
God, yeah, don't use
So-
Canva AI for your images.
Canva AI.
What
This
the
was the
fuck
first one
is that? Dilton Doily and the fucking...
Yeah, I gave it the full logo and this is what it made. But so if you give it a more generalized prompt,
What's the
I
goats
gave it
about?
well, I made a little guy for my sister's classroom,
Oh, okay.
but then I realized that was actually illegal, so I didn't use
Looks
it.
like Satan.
What? They're the Rams. He's a cute little guy.
Emma, I sent you a picture of the...
Yeah, I haven't gotten it yet, or I would show him.
Yeah, that pretty well sucks.
Yeah, but then like if you give it like a hey, so this is if you use an image, be like, hey, use this image. But if you give it like a general thing, because like I did this for a work thing,
That
they
looks
make
nice.
cute ones. Yeah, if you give it a general prompt, it will do well. Don't trust it to make photos. Like look at this poor guy's hand; it's all jankety.
Yeah,
And they make-
it is.
Hey,
And
hey, people
they
have
make-
disabilities.
Well, yeah, but it does this thing where it gives everybody the exact same face in some of these.
Yeah.
So like there's one. Oh yeah, like this one. Like this is the same person 3 times.
Now, let me ask you this, Emma. What did you say to
Okay.
it to generate pictures of those people?
Right there.
High
High
school
school
students
students collaborating.
collaborating at a STEM lab table with laptops and robotic kits.
I'll be
This
damned.
is for, yeah, this was for a presentation I did on AI generation, or image generation. Way back when, actually, it wasn't
I'll
that
be
far
damned.
long ago. Like, look, this made the same classroom of kids, and they all have. What is this man's hand doing? You know, it's just not
Peace
where it
out.
needs to
Peace
be.
out.
Well,
Peace
it's
out.
in India. They all look like no.
You,
Easy there.
yeah, you shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. See, look at this. This is the same person 6 times.
Same. It is same thing.
7.
But that's true.
Those are
No,
Chinese
no, it's
kids.
not. You racist. But anyway, so
Racist.
AI's is not where, or Canvas is not where it needs to be.
Yeah, I'm
Um.
glad to know that.
So okay, now let me pull up this. Oh, see, how could you not want that? It looks so good. I also love anything s'more flavored because, well, I like to think it's because when my mom was pregnant, that was her biggest craving, and it's just stuck with me my
Now
entire
that would
life.
be similar to my campfire dirty soda that I had last
Yes,
week.
Yeah, that'd go right next to your
sure.
campfire dirty soda.
Yeah.
God, that actually just sounds like so much sugar.
Yeah, that'd get you going for the rest of the day.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, maybe if you would have done like a chocolate, maybe you need to
Hey,
do the shredded chocolate on top.
hey, hey.
What?
I'm not in charge of that.
Well, I'll talk to your production manager.
It's already done.
Okay,
Eh,
that's fair.
done.
But
Well, Randy, since we're already like way over, but we
not
always
way
got
over.
time. We always got time for.
Further, the Farm Report brought to you by the First National Bank of Arnsville, where we're swatting for your business. Doing a little concise market report, which kind of goes back into our interests of cattle and hogs.
Yeah,
It was a banner. It was a banner week of the cattle sector, driven by tight supplies and robust cash trade. Live cattle futures saw a massive rally, with April contracts up $3.40. Feeder cattle were the star of the show, jumping over. I'd make a good announcer for an arena, for a basketball
yeah.
arena.
Or a titty
Yeah,
bar,
until you.
Well, or that
Oh,
too.
okay. Until you get
J-
sidetracked.
which I kind of
Yeah.
for that, by the way.
I did too.
feeder
It's okay.
feeder
I took the
cattle
blame.
were the. I'm doing my farm report. Thank you.
Sorry.
Feeder cattle were the star of the show, jumping over $6 on Friday to close at $3.61. Analysts note that the higher cash prices in the 5 area markets are continuing to support those record levels. So cattle prices were up. So hang on. The hog market received a friendly boost from Friday's USD quarterly hog and pig reports, which showed inventory slightly below trade expectations at 100% of a year ago. April lean hogs finished the week nearly $90.77. So looks like the hog and cattle prices are going up. That was today's farm report. Small and concise. And then Friday, May crude oil surged $6 on Friday to close at $100.40 per barrel. Boom.
Boom.
Brought to you by the First National Bank of Arnsville, where buying diesel fuel, you'll need a good banker.
Wow. And I'm just glad I traded my truck on a diesel tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
I paid $5.14 this week for diesel fuel for that
Jesus
food truck.
Christ.
You know what? You just got to have it. It's kind of like Claude. Just got to have it.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
Yeah.
what are you going to do? Let it set? Because
It's kind of like the dog boarding school. You just gotta have it.
You just.
I've
gotta
been thinking
have it.
about, yeah.
He's
and
been
do a
thinking
little
about sending
better.
Marla to boarding school.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, I
interesting
mean,
thing. Interesting thing on beef prices. I'm making a pivot that I've
oh,
really I'm doing a test tomorrow. So we do
Mm.
a smokehouse burger on Tuesdays,
right,
right?
right. All right, you said
And
that.
we have always, it's a burger where we take ground beef and then we mix in brisket fat that's been smoked and a little bit of brisket trim, and we mix that all together and then we smoke it, right?
Right.
And we call it smokehouse burger. Well, our batch we takes 40 pounds of ground beef, and ground beef is, hell, it's over $6 a pound now.
Right.
Well, so tomorrow I'm actually subbing out 10 pounds of that ground beef for ground pork
Oh, okay. That'll
at
be
a buck
interesting.
75 a pound,
Right.
and going to put that in to see if anybody notices. I actually think it's going to be a better burger.
Why is that?
Well, because it's just going to have better texture, because the ground pork is definitely a better texture and it's definitely juicier than beef is.
Sure.
So I think, so my plan is to introduce the 10 pounds to see if anybody says anything. Nobody says anything. The next week I'm going to put 20 pounds in.
Okay.
And then I won't do any more than that. But
Right.
I'm just going to, rather than test it small, I'm just going to throw it in, because that's going to dollar cost average my burger back down. Instead of raising price, I can
Sure.
dollar cost average the burger down and actually get it done at a cheaper price.
It'll be interesting to find out if you have any response and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to say a word.
I don't think so either.
Right.
But I'll be
So is
curious
that
to
all?
find out if they do.
Is that all we got?
As far as I know, we're only an hour and 12 minutes in.
Whoa. Damn.
I think we can title today's section on AI.
Or Claude says.
Claude
Claude knows.
Claude says. Claude says.
Funny enough, guys, I was going to do that.
You were.
I'll be damned.
Yes. But, so we got anything else
Nope.
you need to touch base on?
Not that I can think of.
No.
All right.
Anybody
Well,
needs a
if
food
you have-
truck, Randy? You need a food truck?
If I need an next spare or something.
If anybody knows anybody that needs a food truck, just call my wife, because I don't like dealing with people.
Okay.
All right.
Or if anybody
Yeah.
knows of a cliff near central Iowa and wants to do a little Dukes of Hazzard shit, I'll leave the keys in it.
Gotcha.
Okay, are we good now?
We're good.
Okay.
Okay.
If you haven't already, follow us on social media at Cue the Mic Pod. Find us on YouTube at Cue the Mic Podcast. Or you can visit our website, cuethemic.com. It has a link to everything, like our merch. Go buy some. Yeah, if you haven't already, follow, subscribe, do all the things. You know the drill. Randy, take it away.
Out of here. Done. Finished.
Boom. We gone.
Adios.
We'll see you guys next week.